Hello, Steve White, Steve RS89. Well, Captain America, the numbers are in, the reviews have been in for a few days. It's pretty mixed. Now, there are always going to be, the haters, the trolls, the usual suspects who are going to come out and hate it because it's got a black lead, of course, and, we knew how that was going to go. And you can see those reviews and those comments a mile away. But the general media and the general audience does seem to be apathetic. And it's kind of like the Rotten score is, I think it's a bit even, but I think it just creeped out of Rotten. I think it was Rotten for a while. I think it just creeped out of it, but I haven't been keeping up to date with it. I think it was 50% and then 80%. So the audience actually score was a little bit higher. But yeah, so it made $100 million in a 4-day weekend, but only $88.5 million in the actual 3-day weekend, which is less than the other Captain Americas and the other ones that were sort of being compared to. It's got the lowest cinema score. It's a B-, where other places like Ant-Man was an A, Ant-Man and the Wasp was an A-, Quantum Mania was a B, Flash was a B, Aquaman 2 was a B, Black Adam was a B+, Blue Beetle was a B+, Shazam 2 was a B+, and the only things lower are Kraven, Madam Web and Morbius, which all got C's and a D. Oh, Joker 2 got a D, of course. But yeah, so it's not looking good. Now, this is sort of symptomatic of the pop culture wars because no matter what you do, the society is divided and the communities are divided, and if you pick a side, you lose because you're only going to get half the community. The only way you can have a big hit is if everyone embraces it, and that doesn't happen very often anymore. It happened with Deadpool and Wolverine and Spider-Man. They're the only ones who've managed to just get past all the politics and be embraced by the whole community and everyone. And yeah, if you play the politics, you lose half your audience. You'll get half your audience committed to you because they're on your side and it's all about, tribalism and everything. But yeah, so the whole pop culture wars have pretty much destroyed pop culture. It's a mess. And there's also this apathy, which seems to be coming mostly from the normies. Like the whole superhero fatigue, I think, is real for the normies because they don't know the comic side of it. And like, for example, this film you really have to have seen, from what I'm hearing. What was the series they did? I forgot the name of his character before he becomes Captain America. Him and the Winter Soldier was the name of the series. I've forgotten what it's called. You had to really see that, and a lot of people didn't. I haven't, and it just makes it hard to get into the movie. And it's like for a lot of people, Captain America is always going to be Steve. What's his name? So, having a new one, it doesn't really work. And people are saying you can't have someone replace him. You could have brought some of the other characters up to lead as themselves. You could have had Falcon. Had a film about him, but having him step in for Captain America as Captain America, a lot of people weren't going to accept that or won't get that. And I don't know how the film's going to do because there are other films that made less money in their opening weekend that did better, but there are other films that made the same money that didn't go very far. And the word of mouth isn't great, the reviews aren't great. It's very middle of the road where people are saying it's okay, it wasn't great, it wasn't bad, it's just sort of there. And there's sort of like an apathy where people are just sort of following along. Oh, it's just another superhero movie. It's just another one in the series. But can you follow it if you haven't seen the series and the other movies? And honestly, there's a bunch. It's getting up. They're piling up the ones I haven't seen yet because I haven't been to a cinema in 5 years. And although my library has had the ones I didn't want to watch. Doctor, is it? Oh, what's in the Multiverse of Madness, what was the name of the Doctor? I wouldn't watch that because they whitewashed one of the characters, so I got that out from the library, so I didn't pay for it. But all the other ones I bought, I just haven't watched them. I'm going to do a marathon soon and go through all of them. I haven't seen Black Adam, I haven't seen Quantum Mania, I haven't seen the Batman, I haven't seen, just a whole bunch of them I haven't seen. So I need to catch up. I'm going to marathon, watch all the old ones I have seen once in the cinema, watch them all again and watch the new ones and get a bit of a sense of the whole superhero genre, because at the moment I've sort of lost touch with it all, and I think that's part of the problem. I think a lot of people have tapped out because it's so complicated and there's so many of them, and once you miss a couple you feel like, can I step back in? Am I going to know where this is going? Am I going to know this character? So I think this is a whole lot of factors going into this not being really well received. I hear Anthony Mackie is doing really good. He's a great actor. His role is good, but his portrayal is good, but the character doesn't quite fit into where they're trying to fit him into, and apparently the reshoots, which cost a fortune, which make the film less profitable. Apparently there were like 3 weeks of reshoots, like 20 days or something. And apparently you can really tell there's a lot of exposition. You can see where things have been added in and things don't quite work. And there's talk of some of the fights not even being well choreographed and the effects being really bad. And apparently there were some scenes they shot just the fight scenes on their own with no context because they were going to then write that in, and just a lot of issues, a lot of bad press. And we'll see how it fares in its second week and its overall, box office take. But not bad, but not good. Really not a good place to be. And I think overall the Marvel Universe is not in a good place, but we'll see how this all pans out.